How's it going, everyone? What is up, and welcome back to another Mortal Kombat 11 discussion video. Now, I've seen a lot of videos going around the web of YouTube and a lot of posts on different websites about these 4chan leaks and whether they're real or not. So we're going to be talking about that today. Before we get into that, I want to just let you guys know I've been getting a lot of views on these videos recently, and it's been really cool. If you haven't subbed, we make these videos pretty much every day, talking about MK, talking about Injustice 3. So if you're interested in all of this and enjoying the videos coming out, please leave a sub. It means a lot. Like the video, it helps the channel. And also, I stream every night but Sunday on twitch.tv/TootenTV. Link is in the description below. But with that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into the video. So these 4chan leaks. If you haven't heard about these 4chan leaks, there's this guy on 4chan who's been posting all of this stuff about Injustice 3, about MK11, about other things to do with E3, a couple of other popular YouTubers to do with the NetherRealm games have posted videos on it, and I think some of them have been a little bit too rough on the leaks. At the same time, though, with saying that, I feel like some parts of the leaks are really, really unbelievable. So to start out with Mortal Kombat 11, the leaker posted a picture, and it's like a half-cut picture of Michael Myers. Hopefully I can find the picture to put in the video. But it's like a half-cut picture of Michael Myers with a shadow and everything, and everybody's saying the shadow is making it believable, which, I mean, yeah, that's impressive. I'm a Photoshop guy. I do all of my own editing, graphical editing for my channels, for my thumbnails and everything else, so I know a little bit about it, and I know shadows are not that easy to do for someone who's just bullshitting trying to make a leak, but at the same time, that could just be another character behind Michael. But at the same time with that, there are a lot of holes in between Michael, in between his arm, in between his legs and everything else, and it's going to be really hard to find another character that puts off a shadow that looks like Michael's shadow without being seen in some way, shape, or form. Yes, you could cut out the background and Photoshop that in, but that takes a lot of work, and I don't feel like somebody who's making a half-baked leak like this is going to put in that much work just to make it that believable. But at the same time, I mean, this image, I don't really think it's real. I think someone did put the work in, or I mean, it could be 100% real. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't made by the leaker, but at the same time, it looks believable. But at the same time, it's like, well, how would that get leaked out? Who would have leaked that, and why doesn't it look like the quality of MK11 that we're used to? I mean, maybe where it's a blurry camera photo, it could be, but at the same time, this picture is really a weird one, because it's a lot of work that would have had to be put in to actually make this image as believable as it is, because of the shadow, because of the quality of Michael, because of Scorpion. But at the same time, it leaves out the name, and it leaves out the variation, it leaves out the variation icon. So it's kind of here and there. It's really just take what you will from it and believe what you want with it, because number one, it would have taken a lot of work to make this leak, to make this picture. Number two, it would have taken a lot of work. It really goes into that, it's if you think someone was willing to put in that much effort. But then again, NetherRealm's really good about not letting shit like this leak. So as far as this leak goes, I'm gonna say it's fake. I mean, I know I've said it takes a lot of work to do this shit, but people are dedicated, but I'm gonna say this leak is fake. This one has to be fake. There's no way that NetherRealm would let Michael Myers get leaked out like this. Sorry, you probably hear the woofers in the background, but that's not me saying that I don't think Michael Myers is gonna be in Kombat Pack 2. I definitely think Michael Myers has a solid chance to be in Kombat Pack 2, and we've made a video about this, at least Kombat Pack 2 or 3. So that's not me saying that Michael's not gonna be in Kombat Pack 2. I think he definitely has a solid chance to be in those. I just don't think this leak is real. Now, to move on, this guy is talking about Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath Edition, and this has already been confirmed for a while now. We know we're getting this new edition. It's common sense that we're going to be getting 2 more combat packs, 40 plus confirmed characters, because the game was already data mined for those 42 characters, I believe it was. So it wasn't really a surprise that we're going to have over 40 characters, that we're getting 2 more combat packs stretched over the next year and a half, 2 years. But the thing that really got me was the 6 new stages. Now, NetherRealm has always been good about adding new stages, and other games like Tekken and Street Fighter, and all those other big fighting games, they are really good about adding stages, better than NetherRealm are about adding stages. So the 6 stages, a lot of people are saying it's unbelievable because NetherRealm has never added that many stages into the game, and while we have had 2 stages already data mined from the PC files, I don't remember which ones they are. I think it's like the Soul Pits or some shit. But I really don't think it's not believable, because it's like so many new stages, which a lot of people are saying that's why it's fake, because NetherRealm never does that many stages. You gotta look at games, fighting games that have been coming out that have been adding so much diversity with their DLC characters that have came out, with adding 3 or 4 or 5 new stages per fighter pack per season and everything else. NetherRealm might finally be stepping up their game and adding a shit ton of new stages for people to play on, because all these other fighting games are, and they're seeing all these people enjoying all the other stages from these new fighting games. I know one of my favorite things about Street Fighter V so far is the dynamic in stages. There's so many different stages. You hardly play on the same stage twice in one setting. It's just in one sitting, sorry. There's just so many different stages. Even when it comes to Tekken, you know, I get a shit ton of different stages. Even Dragon Ball, there's a lot of different stages. NetherRealm might finally be stepping up their game when it comes to stages, which has been a big problem for me with NetherRealm games in the past. There's hardly any stages whatsoever, and MK11 has done really well about it. There's a lot of stages on MK11 already, but there needs to be more. In Injustice 2, I think there was only like 2 DLC stages that we got, and they weren't even that good. So I definitely think that this makes this leak a little bit more believable, if anything, because they could finally be stepping up their game and listening to the fans that we want more stages. Now, the next part of the MK11 Aftermath edition that kind of gets me and kind of like leads me to believe maybe not is 2 or 3 new story chapters to MK11. Now, the thing about this is, while as awesome as it would be, I don't think there's gonna be 3 new story chapters or 2 new story chapters added to the game even over the next 2 years, because NetherRealm have never done this before. They have never added DLC story. It's a lot like Rockstar when it comes to GTA 5. There were so many leaks and rumors and everything else that there was another story mission coming, there was more story stuff coming. Same with Red Dead 2, more story stuff coming, everything else, and they blatantly said we're focusing on the online more, which is what NetherRealm has always done. They focused on adding new characters for people to play online and everything else. They focused on the online. The story is just like this nice little extra piece of cake that we get inside the game for our online play and for our playing with friends and our arcades and our ladders and everything else. I definitely do not think there's going to be more story DLC. They've never done it. Now, you could argue, and this is my argument when it comes to it, because I want to believe these leaks, but at the same time, I don't know if they're real or not, but we'll talk about that. But the thing about it is the game is going to span over the next 2 years. It is going to span into 2022, like Ed Boon has been saying he's going to do with a NetherRealm game and with MK11. So the thing is, with them spanning it over the next 2 years, maybe this was their moment to be like, hey, well, let's add some more story to the game. Let's add a couple new chapters with a couple of the DLC characters that weren't in the base game that people want to see, like Nightwolf and Shang Tsung and Sindel, and a couple of the others that could come out in the next couple of fighter packs. They could be like, okay, well, it's finally time to add this extra story to the game, especially since we're going to have another 2 years of MK11, and then we're going to go straight into Injustice and probably have it for the same amount of time that we've had MK11. So there are 2 defenses there of, well, NetherRealm has never added story DLC to one of their fighting games before, but then there's also the defense for the other side of, well, this game is lasting longer than any other NRS game also. So, I mean, there could possibly be DLC story, but at the same time, you gotta look at what's happened before. But again, at the same time, like I said, one of their games has never lasted this long. So really, it's just sitting and waiting on this aspect of it. It's really just sitting and waiting and seeing what they're gonna do, because it is a conundrum of, well, they've never done it before, but also one of their games has never lasted this long before. So we really just have to sit back and wait and see on this. And the confirmed characters for it, according to this guy, are Takeda, Raiko, Quan Chi, Ash Williams, and Michael Myers, I believe. And this is kind of where the leak actually, like, gets me. I know I've said it's gotten me before, but it kind of gets me, especially when it comes to Quan Chi. Quan Chi literally just died in MKX, the last Mortal Kombat game, and while he was a fan favorite to play in that game, while he is a fan favorite of some people as a character and as a playable character, they have never really brought a character they just killed back for another MK game, even in DLC. Like, that's just kind of where it gets me. Rico, I could believe, even though Aaron Black has an intro where he's got his severed head. I could still believe Rico. Takeda, I could definitely believe because he was he was a fan favorite in MKX. He was a new character. Everybody thought he was going to get bumped up a lot. He was one of the best new characters that they added. He was one of the coolest new characters that they added, along with Ferritor. And they haven't done anything with Ferritor in this game, and they haven't done anything with Takeda or Kunjin. Fujin has already been almost 100% confirmed. They found his files data mined in the PC files, so he's more or less kind of confirmed. So there's not really much talking about him. He's the wind god, and he's Raiden's brother. He's pretty much been confirmed. Everybody wanted him in MKX after they saw him in the story mode, and he never came in that game. He has not really been mentioned or anything at all in MK11, and his files have been data mined in the PC version. So Fujin's almost confirmed, so this leak is just kind of common sense when it comes to him. And that kind of goes with Ash Williams too, when it comes down to it, because his copyright's been leaked. Bruce Campbell's been hitting a lot. Ed Boon's been hitting a lot. So Ash Williams is kind of confirmed, almost, pretty much. So that one's just kind of common sense again. The main one that gets me is Quan Chi, because he just died in MKX, so I really don't see him being added back as DLC in this game. So this is kind of where the leak goes a little bit downhill as far as that goes. The leak is still really believable, even when it comes to why it's been so long since we've heard something. It says that the reason we haven't heard anything or nothing's been revealed is because of COVID-19 and contract disputes with Bruce Campbell, which is very believable, and that was already kind of known. So when it comes down to it, the whole MK11 leak, it's believable, but at the same time, there are aspects of it that's not believable. I don't think this is a leak that you can really go into, the MK11 aspect of it, and just be like, well, it's fake. Because there are so many believable things in there, whether it's common sense and already been talked about before. There are still some other things that haven't been talked about before or confirmed that aren't common sense that make a lot of sense. So I don't really believe this is one of those leaks where you can be like, well, it's 100% fake, it's 99.9% fake. I believe it's half and half, man. Or if you want to give the advantage to the side of not, it's 60-40, you know. 60% it's fake, 40% it's not, man. I feel like this is truly one of the things where we just have to sit and wait. We've had a lot of very iffy leaks come out on 4chan, on Reddit, on these other websites for NRS games, and everybody's called them fake and everything else, and they've came true. So really on this one, it's really just waiting and seeing and watching. I don't believe you can comment one way or another on it being fake or not. The Quan Chi thing really kind of gets me, but at the same time, they could blow our mind. He is a very requested character. He was a very popular character to play in MKX, so we really just have to wait and see. And I was going to make this video about Injustice 3 too, because there was a lot of leaks in there, but I really already covered the 4chan leaks for Injustice 3, this actual exact piece on my Injustice 3 video from a couple of days ago. We talked about it. We talked about how excited I would be if this leak was true. I definitely think that one is very believable when it comes down to it, even though there are a lot of common sense things in it. There's still a lot of things that aren't common sense that make a lot of sense. So we'll just have to, that's another one of, we'll just wait and see. But anyways, guys, I know there are some other YouTubers that have made videos talking about this leak, talking about these leaks, and just kind of shuffling it to the side and saying it's completely fake. What do you guys think? My honest opinion is I'm going to be a glass half full kind of guy. I'm going to be like, hey man, maybe. This is really fucking cool. Some cool characters coming. A lot of cool shit's coming. Let's just sit back and wait and see and not, you know, toss it to the side and be like, oh, you're full of shit. Let's just hope. That's me. But what do you think? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below what you think, whether you think it's real or fake or complete horse shit or God himself sent it down from the heavens. And also, if you did enjoy the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you haven't checked out my twitch.tv channel, twitch.tv/TootenTV, link in the description below to that. We stream every night, except for Sunday, starting at 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so midnight Eastern Standard Time. And I will see you guys on the next MK video, which will be tomorrow. Anyway, peace out.